The sounds are getting closer. Louder. Something is sliding against or across something else. It sounds like a swarm of bugs rushing toward the lights. The only place that sound doesn't seem to be coming from is the living room. It's not even been a minute since the lights went out and we're surrounded on all sides by that sound. An enemy, but doesn't seem like a servant. There's just too many of them. Whatever people might say, I do have some knowledge of mages and MeeCraft. Even I can sense that there's a lot of magical energy coming from a ton of people or things surrounding the house. 20 at least. But they also seem weirdly light. I don't sense any human will or intellect. The flapping sounds seem to be coming from enemy puppets. Oh, so they did come. Ilya? You didn't betray us, did you?
You've been running away from me for this entire time, but now that Berserker's gone, here they are again. What a shrewd servant.
Ilya speaks up amid the flapping sounds. She, unlike the three of us, is strangely calm. Do you know who that is, Ilya?
Of course I do. I know all the servants. Master's out there, and she's brought quite an entourage with her. They look like cheap golems made with dragon teeth.
Dragon teeth does not sound like a cheap material to make a golem out of. Ilya is so casual about this. And just then the sound stops. I grabbed the wooden sword in the living room. Saber and Tasaka seemed to be waiting for me to make a move. Okay, I leave Caster to Saber and protect the two here, or Saber and I both head out. Why would that be automated? Is that just the word? Anyways. Yeah, all out. Sure, why not? There you go. Okay, let's see. Say leave Caster to Saber and protect the two here, or Saber and I will both head out. This is tough. It's just a tactical decision. I'm assuming one probably leads to my death. The other probably not. Well, what have we done previously? All right, boldness in general has been the winning strategy for a lot of these fights. I know we did get sort of grilled by Tasaka after the last fight, like, hey, don't be doing, like, stupid things of, you know, doing magic that's, like, summoning and whatnot. That's too dangerous. But I think 2 and 2 probably makes the most sense. Like, strategically, right? Because it's not like Tasaka and Ilya are like super weak that we need to be there to protect them, right? If I'm not copying legendary swords, I'm not stronger than Tasaka or probably Ilya in any case either. So I don't think they need my protection. But Saber and I have good chemistry when we're fighting, so I think this makes the most sense to head out with Saber. Plus, it could be a trap. I'm not sure I trust Saber to not do something recklessly selfish, selfless if it's a, or recklessly selfless if it's a trap. So, yeah, we're gonna be with Saber. It's clear who the enemy is. If Caster's attacking with an entire army, there's only one thing for us to do. Us staying here won't do anything. Saber, come with me. Tasaka, you take Ilya.
Why? I don't want to babysit Rin.
That's my line. And I thought you said you were going to listen to Shiro. He's telling you to stay back, so no arguing. I don't care. I'm more useful than Saber. Tosaka grabs Ilya from behind in a full Nelson and covers her mouth. Ilya, her voice muffled, continues shouting insults and expletives. Got it, I'll protect Ilya. I'm counting on you to defeat Caster. Thanks, but try not to overdo it. You're better off running than fighting if it comes to it. Tosaka nods as if to say she doesn't have to be reminded. I turn my back to Tosaka and head toward the veranda. Saber? Yes, I know. I'll take care of Shiro. Saber follows me after nodding to Tosaka. Huh. Well, that's moderately disturbing. In that instance, I doubt my own eyes. A sword swings down at me. I stand stunned as the blade descends toward my head. Ugh. I twist away and parry with my wooden sword. Did I? Oh, I already got hit. Wow. Even I don't believe it. My body just reacted the instant I knew I was in mortal peril. The enemy attacks again without missing a beat. A smooth mechanical movement. A fluid, accurate attack. But that's it. It's accurate, but it's not sophisticated and lacks the brutality of a killing strike. It seems pathetic next to the strength of Saber's strikes, like it's barely moving in comparison to Berserker's incredible speed. Back against the wall, I parry again. As I step back against the wall, Saber strikes like lightning. Shiro, are you alright? See for yourself. I got a little spooked, but I managed. I do not do. At times like this, you must stand behind me. Please be more careful. Saber scolds me for my carelessness. She's right, but I didn't want to just stay behind her. I think I'm using a wooden sword to fight. Shiro, are you listening? I am. So, Saber, what was that thing? The hallway is empty. Whatever hideous thing Saber saved me from was completely annihilated by her attack. It was exactly as Elisabeth said. It was a sword you made by using a monster's body as a catalyst. It seems more like a golem than an automaton, but seemed to be of low quality. I have no trouble defeating them, even if we are surrounded. Well, speak of the devil. Yeah. I don't know where they were hiding. How many did they manage to sneak in? These crudely assembled things scuttle all around us, closing in like spiders. But they're not the only presence I sense. Countless others surround the house, many times more than I see here. Shadow, next to you. Huh. I leap away from the wall. Why, you? I strike at the bones with my wooden sword. Saber sweeps away the bones, crawling toward my exposed back. The bones move jerkily toward us, attacking with the same unnatural movements. It's not hard to fight them off, but we're destroying more of the house with every strike. I only have a wooden sword. Even if I use strengthening on it, it won't last. As much as I hope I'm wrong, it seems like the bones heading for us are endless. I really hope this isn't going on to go on until we both collapse from exhaustion. Damn, where are these things coming from? I can't help but complain as I fight back to back with Saber. There aren't that many bones coming at me. Some seem to be coming from inside the house, and most seem to be coming from the yard. Saber slashing away at the bones coming from the yard. It looks like they're heading towards the living room. Tosaka and Ilya are in there, and Saber has her hands full dealing with the bones heading that way. Saber readies her sword. There may be no need to hide it now. Her golden sword is ready to demonstrate its true power. Wait, Saber, don't use Excalibur right now. I don't care if you destroy the house, okay? I might care a little, but we're in a residential area. You know what'll happen if you use it here. I shout to Saber as I bat away the bones, striking at me.
I obey your order, but dealing with so many enemies at once is not ideal. We could find ourselves in trouble if we do not sweep them all aside in a single blow.
Oh no, is it gonna be like the old trope where it's like you're fighting the skeletons and like you knock one down, and while you're fighting the other ones, if you don't defeat them all at once, they start like rebuilding themselves? Is that what's going on? That'd be terrifying. I know. These things are like familiars, right? And if we defeat the one who's controlling them, that should wipe out the whole army. Saber, can you find Castor?
There's no need. Castor's in the yard. She's not concealing herself, which tells me she hopes to lure us to her.
Fine, let's give her what she wants. We're not going to last like this. Generally, it's not the most advisable to walk directly into an enemy trap.
I do not mind, but are you saying you are going to attack Castor there?
The yard is just ahead. If Castor's just out there, she shouldn't be too difficult to reach. But if we do that, we won't be defending the house. Saber's fighting the bones off now, but as soon as she's outside, the walls holding them all back will be gone. I should believe in Tosaka or leave Castor to Saber. Okay, so this is basically, am I accompanying Saber with her to go fight Castor? I guess. Alright, believe in Tosaka is like, hey, Tosaka can handle these bones. They seem pretty easy to deal with, honestly. And, I mean, if Ilya and Tosaka aren't the main target, they could always fleet too. So, I'll believe in Tosaka, I think. Again, I think 2 and 2 is going to be better here than 3 and 1. Even if the 1 is Saber. Right, Saber's very strong, but I do think sometimes she strategically could use our guy. Ugh. I hear glass shattering. I hear the sound of intense fighting coming from the living room.
Share your orders, please. There's no time to be indecisive.
I know! My delaying is making the situation worse. We're going after Castor. I already said Tosaka should take care of Ilya.
Then let us go, Master. I'll entrust my back to you.
Sheesh. She hurries down the hall, mowing down bones as she goes. The bone soldiers disappear before getting anywhere near Saber. They're like vanishing snowflakes. Saber scatters so many in her path it looks like a snowstorm. She said she'd trust her back to me, but she pretty clearly doesn't need me to protect her. I'm once again reminded how skilled of a swordsman Saber is. Saber charges through them, unwavering. She cuts her way straight to the source of these bones. Her only goal now is to defeat the yet unseen 6th servant that has invaded the house. Saber stops. The soldiers, which had been coming at us in droves, are suddenly gone. This must be our destination. Our distorted human a distorted human figure looms ahead of us. It wears a robe of some kind, but the robe itself is so dark that it looks more like a hole in the night. A dark shadow. As soon as I lay eyes on the figure, I'm struck by an incredible sense of anxiety.
Are you, Saber? Ah, yes. You certainly would be capable of defeating Berserker. My soldiers, then, would be no deterrent to you.
The figure chuckles. It seems the dark figure is the master of those bone creatures. Castor. But there's no master. There's no sign of a master nearby. Maybe she's the same as Lancer, able to move even far from her master.
Ew. Has your contract been terminated?
Saber challenges her directly with the question.
Yes. That man was unfit to be my master, so I rid myself of him. He is no more.
That's an option? You can do that? What? Yeesh, I guess he should. I guess he could have maybe used the commands of like, oh, by the way, don't kill me, but like, you know, probably shouldn't be having to waste your command spells on things like that. Not a great working relationship, at least. I can't see the expression on the robed servant's face, but I can hear the terrible coldness in Castor's voice.
Master killer, so your master. He is long dead, but that is not a problem for me, Saber.
I'm also realizing we do have maybe a slight problem here in the fact that we've got a masterless servant who just walked up on a house filled with 2 servantless masters. Now, who knows, maybe Castor is not the type to form a new contract, but I think she has to if she wants the Grail, right? She's got to have a master at some point. So could she angle to try to get Ilya or Tasaka as her new master? That could be bad. Especially if it's Ilya.
We are soul eaters. We are surrounded on all sides by sources of magical energy. All that remains is why simply obtaining the Holy Grail. Then there's nothing else to worry about. So you wish to live in this world too? I don't know what heroic spirit you are, but you have abandoned what pride you had for this? Goodness, and would you not say letting yourself be used as a tool for humans is casting your pride aside? I could never endure that, but then and now I grew tired of working for another's benefit. I prefer to be the one pulling the strings. You have no right to criticize. I figured as much, but your misdeeds do not concern me.
Saber tilts her body just slightly. She's only about 10 meters from Castor. Saber should be able to close that distance and bring Castor down in a heartbeat.
How nasty of you. I came here simply to talk, but you will not hear me? I will have you know I'm being gentle here. There's nothing for us to discuss. You will die here.
Saber's intent only on killing. I'm not about to oppose her in this case. All I smell from Castor is blood. She must be telling the truth about murdering her master. Her raid tonight was clearly intended to kill everyone in the house. So there's no reason for me to stop Saber. Besides, Castor isn't even a threat to Saber. Even I can see Castor's abilities. She's the weakest when it comes to one-on-one combat. If Saber engages her, she can only lose. Sun Tzu's Art of War, rule number whatever. If you are strong, appear weak. If you are weak, appear strong. There's something else going on here. There must be. Don't do it, Saber. Even with all that in mind, I can't shake off the sense of anxiety. It's not the same feeling of hopelessness, inevitable death I got when we were in Berserker's presence. Do I just have some sort of aversion to her? Or is it a warning shot of something dangerous? Get out of me. Somehow my left hand is aching to warn me that Saber should stay away from that thing. I hesitated too long. Saber launches herself at the dark shadow. Castor smiles. She doesn't look at all disturbed as Saber rushes toward her. Huh. She mutters Atlas. Oh, okay. I can't understand what she says, but it sends something beyond words straight into our minds. Probably like a map of the world or something. The world lurches and distorts. The air grows denser around Saber. What? I hear, even feel a tremendous impact. The ground flexes like something massive slammed into Saber from above. No way. She activated some kind of magecraft without moving a muscle. Actually, I think she murmured something like an incantation. Incantations can be shortened. The simpler the magecraft, the shorter the spell can be made. But this isn't by any means simple magecraft. Not many mages could visualize such a thing in a single breath. Even if it were possible, they'd need to prepare a catalyst ahead of time like Tosaka does. But casters triggered the magecraft with a murmured word. I've never even heard of anything like this. If that is caster's magecraft, she is no mere mage. Saber! Saber hovers there, frozen. Her feet still kick in midair. She hangs suspended there. The air around her seems to have thickened into gelatin. That's no good. Ugh. Can't get close. Some sort of invisible barrier holds me back. The murkiness seems confined to Saber, but so long as her feet don't touch the ground, she can't move. You underestimated me, Saber. I don't know how your mages fared in your life, but I lived during the Age of Gods. It's always the Age of Gods with these people. Is everyone from Greek mythology aside from Saber? Like, that's the Age of Gods, right? Because we got Heracles, we got Ryder, which I think was some sort of callback to like Perseus, given the Pegasus, I think. Now we got you. I don't know. What are you, the Oracle? To these modern mages, what I do must seem like magic. But a ridiculing laugh echoes out from the depths of that dark robe. Saber's still suspended, helpless in the air. Oh, is this really all you are capable of, caster? She dismisses us as if it were some dull trick. Negative, Saber. Magic resistance? It repels even my magecraft! Caster steps back. Oh. Well, we just have the hard counter then. Well done, Saber. I congratulate you on your win. After casually nullifying Caster's magecraft, Saber surges toward her at lightning speed. But no, Saber, or you're in range. I mean, I feel like she probably has something else up her sleeve, right? But what can she do? What can she do? Right? If she's caster. She does magic. Saber is great against magic. I mean, I guess, yeah, there could be a noble phantasm to worry about. I guess an alliance isn't out of the question either. Of like, is she secretly working with the, I don't know, Lancer's master or something, and boom, Lancer's gonna like come out of the bushes and destroy her. But like, yeah. You can't pull all your, you can't, you gotta take your chances. You gotta take your opportunities when they arise. I shouldn't be so apprehensive. We have Caster cornered. If we retreat, we're only giving Caster a chance to win. Saber sword flashes in a blur of movement. She's closed the distance and will likely cleave Caster in half with her next strike. But Saber suddenly stops. It's nothing Caster has done. Saber's own instincts seem to be stopping her from getting closer. Okay. Ew, that is... Saber twists away to dodge. Too late. She falters as if something has lifted her upward, and a strange dagger plunges into her chest.
Caster, you just... Yes, this is my noble phantasm saber. It's a terribly weak weapon. It cannot create anything, and it certainly cannot kill a servant, or even a human. However, it is imbued with an indulgence from the Age of Gods, permitting it to, and forgiving it for, doing one very specific thing. Shiro, please, run. Saber's injured, but she collapses to her knees anyways. Ah, does this like steal souls or something? Is it like a soul-stealing dagger? Saber! Before I can figure out what's going on. Well, the final command spell disappears from my left hand. This is just how I planned it, boy. Now if I can just collect the mage and that vessel inside, my victory will be assured. Caster raises her hand. Even without her chanting, the air wavers and blows me off my feet. Ugh! I can't get up. My legs are an absolute mess from that blow and simply won't move. It's about time. Now stand, Saber. Even if the gods punish you, I will forgive you. What? She snickers. Saber stands up. She walks in the same jerky manner as those bone soldiers, slowly approaching me as I lay immobile. Her eyes bulge like she's having a nightmare as she swings her sword down. Well, that's wonderful, Saber. Now you and I will both bear the guilt of killing our own masters. Yes, united in our crimes, we shall curse this earth till its death. Caster's laughter assaults my eardrums. Without even understanding what's going on, I feel my body go rigid. Crimson stains the night. Saber stares down at my blood-soaked body, her eyes filled with tears. Well, dang, I knew something was up. Tiger Dojo. We don't need no Tiger Dojo. We just need to not do what we did previously. There we go. Saber, no! Saber raises her sword. Don't skip it, it's funny. So sorry. I guess next time I die, I'll keep that in mind. She's already closed in on Caster. No, don't Saber! I desperately sprint towards Saber, my heart racing. Saber suddenly halts. It's not clear whether Caster did anything. Saber tenses up after sensing something from Caster. Phew, that is... Saber twists away to dodge. However, bony arms burst from the ground to grab her legs. I wasn't expecting you to have such foresight. But this ends here, Saber. Yeah, that's my noble phantasm. I call it game resetting. I call it time travel. A sharp blade emerges from the folds of Caster's robe. It's an oddly shaped dagger. Thin and brittle, that blade isn't meant for killing. Saber regards it in disgust, and Caster strikes, clearly seeing her opportunity for victory. Being grabbed from the ground must have surprised Saber. As Saber's unable to dodge or deflect the falling dagger, and simply takes the blow, looking astonished. Well, we tried. Are you?
I hear Caster's voice from behind me somewhere. I can't see her expression. The only thing I can do is throw myself in front of Saber and take the blow in her place. Okay. This might be bad. Try not... Oh! It wasn't graceful. I didn't have the confidence to just step in and take the dagger to the chest. So instead I tried to shield Saber, hugging her to obscure Caster's targets, and so Caster's dagger plunges into my back, tearing through my spine in a moment of unbelievable pain. Just got stabbed in the back. Ugh. I stopped myself from crying out in pain and mustered my strength to support Saber. I can't hear what she's saying, even as close as she is to my ear. Get back, Saber. Get behind me. Saber understands before I can gather my voice to tell her to jump. I go flying. Saber shakes off the bony hands gripping her legs and carries me with her. Shiro, your wound. Saber's voice is urgent. She lays me gently on the ground, but the pain only grows worse. It feels like scissors tore open my back and someone poured lead down my spine. The pain is unreal. Shiro, stay calm. Shiro! But I'm not exactly losing my mind over it. Hearing Saber practically shouting actually makes me calmer. Tommy, you don't have to shout. I can hear you. It's nothing. It just hurts. Forget about it. Take care of Caster. I point in Caster's direction, my head still down. Yes, I will settle things right away. Please hold on a little longer. Saber turns towards Caster. So did you have no phantasm, was it not, Caster? Saber's voice is harsh, angry. The black shadow clicks her tongue in irritation, ranges a strange dagger in her hand. Yes, as you can see, it is unfit for killing anyone. But as you have sensed, it is my magical trump card, with limitless power for a single purpose. If you do not wish it to touch you, I advise against coming near me, Saber. Caster is talking bold, but she doesn't seem as composed as earlier. Even a powerful mage like Caster can't hurt Saber as long as she's only using MageCraft. Whatever her noble phantasm might be, it can't hurt Saber, even if she surprises her with it. I disagree with that assessment based on prior experience. You should beat her. No problem. I give my orders through gritted teeth. Oh, are you sure, Saber? You could certainly corner me, but who will protect him while you do? Shall I remind you that my MageCraft is only in effect against you? Can you imagine what I might do with my back up against a wall, and you not there to protect the boy? Why, you... Saber's voice rumbles up from deep in her chest. The rattling of bones grows louder. I'm kneeling on the ground, and Saber holds her sword, defending me as the bones surround us. Damn it. I messed up. Even if I manage to save Saber, there's no point with me being left so weak. I can't move properly, so I'm just slowing Saber down. Caster would be no threat to Saber alone. It's me to worry about. You said you came to talk, Caster. What? Saber? Saber's doing diplomacy now? That's new. Please be quiet, Master. This is the best choice right now. Saber lowers her sword. I think I hear Caster laugh amid the sound of the rattling bones all around us. Let's hear what you have to say, Caster. Depending on what conditions you offer, we might let you go.
Are you quite mad? Do you not understand your lives are in my hands? Get too bold and I just might crush you. Do not misunderstand your position. You hold my master's life in your hands, not mine. Should you snuff out that life, I will not hesitate to attack. I will use every ounce of power in my sword to burn you to cinders, even if I disappear as I do so. The air around us goes cold. Saber's words intimidate Caster. I can feel it. Fine, I will not touch the boy. You are my target in any case. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to let just one master off. What? I was your target all this time? I guess you want to look at the profile? Sure, I suppose. Neutral evil. So I think the big thing is the noble phantasm, which we don't know about. Do we know about the weapon? The unnamed dagger. That's not this. We don't really have much of use. Divine words of divine. Okay. Indeed, I cannot simply ignore the heroic spirit who defeated Berserker. You and I, along with Lance, are the only servants who remain. With you as an ally, Lance would be no threat at all. Wait, what happened to Assassin? Is that? Huh? We never... I thought Assassin was still up. Only 3. Does that mean Assassin was defeated? Who knows, but he is gone now. So that must mean he was defeated. A servant who can't even protect his own lord deserves no more than that. Assassin was defeated? Does that mean the master in Rudu Temple is gone? I didn't fight them or even know who they were, but now there's one less master. So the only remaining servants are Saber, Caster, and Lancer, who hasn't shown up since that first night. His conversation is over. What I want is your noble phantasm. If you not wish your master to die, then kindly give me your sword. I'd like, as the one who's dying here, I'd like to veto that. No. Please. There would be no point in doing so. Only I can wield this sword. If you are a heroic spirit, you should know very well that no phantasm can only be used by its owner. Oh yes, I suppose I'll just have to take you as well then, Saber. No matter how skilled a knight, they can be persuaded once captured. And you are my type, too. I so look forward to teaching you manners. Her voice drips with amusement. I feel myself on the verge of passing out, even as my anger boils over. I try to shove the pain aside and start to force myself to stand on numb legs. You piece of... I'm not going to let Saber get captured because of me. I decided I'm going to protect Saber, so I'm not letting a wound like this bring me down. I grab my wooden sword and start slashing at the bones surrounding us. No, Shadow! Saber's voice is brittle, tense. Oh, if you want to kill yourself, I won't stop you. Caster mocks me as I struggle. Bones crack and rattle, and as if to muffle all those sounds. What? Was that? The bones are swept aside in the blink of an eye by a sudden volley of arrows?
What? We all stand dumbfounded. There's no way. There's no way. The arrows that rained down on us disappear as if they had been an illusion. But they weren't. The entire horde of bones is gone. Who's there? Castor looks up. Saber must have noticed earlier. Well before Castor, she stares up towards the wall in disbelief. What the heck is this?